Hello, and welcome to CHUB Cast, where we review 2 albums an episode spanning across a multitude of genres. With your hosts,
my name is Zach Smith,
and I'm the bassist.
And I'm Ben, and I'm the vocalist.
The one who plays the guitar is me, Greg.
I'm Kyle, and I hit stuff with sticks.
All the way from Brighton, UK, combined, we make up the band CHUB. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Hello, and welcome to CHUBcast episode 22. This episode will be discussing Unloved Frontiera, by Frontiera, and Chaley and the Filth Factory by Skee, alongside some singles, Baby by Justin Bieber, and I Play Pokemon Go by Mishovi Silenosti. That'll do.
You gotta give it its full title, PG Songs for Kids.
Oh yeah, PG Songs for Kids.
As
always, you can get involved by leaving your thoughts in the comment section below, or sending those thoughts to chubtheband@gmail.com, or using the hashtag CHUBView on our socials. Links to those and what we're listening to next week are in the description. We also released 2 singles, Wasters and COVID Kingpin. They're out now, so check them out. The lyric videos are on YouTube. Just search Chub the Band to find them. Also, we're on music streaming platforms. Simply search Chub Wasters. Anyway, the first one we're talking about is Chaley and the Filth Factory by Skee. Greg.
I just like to point out, it's Charlie. Did you not listen to the skits?
Charlie, he said Charlie,
man. Fuck. No, I said Chaley.
Charlie.
I said Chaley. Oh, no. I did listen to the skits, and I thought they were funny. They reminded me of It's Always Sunny.
Really?
I don't know, just the chaos that was happening.
Oh, mate, higher praise than I was expecting for this album.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't go first. Because you're going, Greg.
I don't really have that much of an introduction, I suppose. Skee is a horrorcore rapper. He's generally associated with Psychopathic Records. The people behind ICP, Twisted, such acts that you may be vaguely aware of, the Juggalo community. He's kind of
Juggalo for life. Just reminds me of It's Always Sunny again. Actually,
wicked clown love.
You guys may remember our teen years sat in the park and all of our juggler friends playing a lot of ICP.
Yeah,
including me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those memories are flooding back. Oh no.
I'm a bit of a soft spot for horrorcore rap because it's just so fucking bad. But like, I don't know. Some of it is good, but they go so hard on the theme and like the storylines and the characters that I can't hate it. Except sometimes when I do, when it's really really bad. Which possibly might be this album. I don't know. What did you guys think, Kyle?
Wait, sorry. Is this the Aeon of hip hop then?
Yeah,
going too hard on the themes and story.
Real hip opera.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
If only there was a stage show of this album.
I don't think the world needs to see that.
I don't know. I want to watch that.
Yeah, we finished listening to this literally just before the podcast. As a surprise to absolutely nobody, me and Ben put this off until the very last minute, which we knew we would because, like, going into this, we were like, we're listening to shit that we know we're gonna hate. It's gonna take some motivation, but we did it.
Turns out it wasn't a good idea, but who knows?
It was a great idea. But first things first, the very first track on this album is essentially an interlude, The Mouldy Ticket, and I was thinking, how great would it have been in true CHUBcast style to give us an album that's basically just skits? That would have been amazing. But no, it's just a few skits. I
mean,
yeah,
actually,
honestly,
the skits are actually hidden, though, within the songs. They're at the end of songs, so it's not like interlude. It's hidden. It's in disguise.
Well, I mean, there was one track which is a straight up the midget army skit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Me and Ben were just like the rest of the album. Let me start from the beginning, right? So, like,
Set the scene.
he's got all these references to games and stuff. So I was like, oh, it might be cool. You know, he's got a song called Wave Dash. That's a Smash Bros. Melee reference. He's got a song called Ocarina of Crime. He might be cool. No, this shit is like. It literally feels like he's written this for like literally what we were when we were listening to ICP, like teenagers who think it's like really cool and edgy and stuff. It's like literally the sort of shit that like people who are too young to realize it's actually lame think is really cool, you know? And I looked it up, and this dude is like 28. He's the same age as me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, dude? Like, come on, man. It's like, I don't know. It's just literally even the very first track, Ocarina of Crime. Like, he, you know, all these lyrics was just like, haha, I'm going to kill you and rape you because I am a bad person and I'm evil. Ooh, it's just like, oh please, like this guy looks like the sweatiest nerd. Like he wears like a. Oh,
I should have looked it up. All I see is a guy in a hockey mask, dressed as Willy Wonka. Wait, what are you saying, Greg?
He's just a funny looking dude, and in real life, like he's not murdering anybody. He's just very proud of his hat.
Yeah.
I don't know if on the track Mad Hatter, he's like he thinks he invented that hat.
He invented it's literally just a furry hat, and he's like, other people are wearing my hat. Fuck.
It's so hard to tell if it's like ironic or not. Is that the right word?
No, it is. Like it's
He's
gotta be. But then he says in some songs where he's like, I just want to say what's really on my mind and is truly in my heart and the things that I care about, and it's like,
yeah. That's the thing. There's so many like songs where he's bitter about his like upbringing and all that, and yet they're silly songs. So I'm like, one or the other, man. I can't tell what you're trying to say.
I think he's being entirely heartfelt with the like emotion stuff. I think there's no irony in it at all. It's either silly or like serious, but he means all of it in my opinion.
Yeah.
Every word on every song.
He has that one. He has that one song later on called Grouch, where it's literally just him saying, me have bad upbringing and people more famous than me angry. Me wake up angry all time. Me eat cereal angry." It's just like, come on.
I eat my cereal angry.
It's just like, bruh. What's it like? He has.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say like he has another song where he's like talking about his childhood and how his teacher told him that, oh, you know, you better get a backup just in case it doesn't go well, and he's like, no, I'm going to drop out of school and put everything into this because I believe in it. But then he also has another song where he's like, I'm angry because Drake is more popular than me. It's just like, what?
Maybe the entire writing process was just a fever dream, and then he just released it and woke up and he was like, what the fuck did I make? Oh no, it's out there in the world! Fuck!
This isn't the classical stuff that I normally write. How preposterous of me.
Yeah, it's no My Filthy Spirit Bomb, his first album.
What's that one like?
I actually haven't listened to all of both of them. Obviously, that's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much more of the same.
Yeah.
Like, I'd just like to add in here as well. I gave her like a warning last week because I was like, get ready for loads of offensive, dirty shit. Because I'd only actually heard a few of his songs, and like, I realized he calls all his stuff filth, and he's like raps about how dirty and disgusting he is. But like, there's a genuine lack of filth on this album, in my opinion.
Yeah. Dirty Dyke was filthier.
Yeah, way more. Like Skee, he actually spends a lot more time talking about being filthy than like actually being filthy.
Yeah, I picked up on that as well.
So I was
like PG filth
in that regard.
It's kind of like on Cartoon Network, they say crud. words like that. They're like, "Oh, I said crud." Oh,
There were some like pretty like gross lyrics in there, like like I mean I don't listen to a lot of horrorcore, so like this is kind of a bit of an intro. I mean I've listened to like I don't know Tech Nine, I suppose. Does that count? Is that like?
I would say so.
oh really?
Like,
Isn't that grind?
There you go. So,
Nah,
so I haven't even really heard that much stuff. So there were some lines that I picked up on that was like, I mean, they weren't like, oh, that was so gross. I was just a bit like, ugh. And then that was it, really.
He said something about like the only one I remember off the top of my head is something about like fetus omelets or something. I should have written down some of the lyrics actually. I'll look some up in the meanwhile.
Yeah, do it.
He was talking about munching hot clots somewhere. I couldn't really.
Sounds like a casual conversation with us.
Yeah.
Dude, we should start our own ICP.
Oh
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah.
We could call it CHUB or something like that.
Pee. I drink pee. There you go.
Ben, what did you think about this album?
I mean, so apart from like what's already been said, it just felt like the whole time that we were listening to it, it was like done from a guy that's like really trying to be like proper out there and proper like look at me, like Greg said, like I'm filthy, I'm saying all these random things in video games, ha, like kind of thing. But it just came across as really, really lame, like really, really lame. Like Carl hit the nail on the head when he said like about the whole listening to it when we were like kids, because like there were bars and stuff that I was listening to that I was like, this literally sounds like Hobson. And it really reminded me of that, and I was like, this is what we used to listen to when I was like 16. So back then I probably would have like been like, oh, whoa, he said Dragon Ball references and stuff, and now I listen to it, I'm like, oh, God, it's awful.
I'm not even gonna lie, I think Hobson actually shows up on this album at some point.
Does he really?
I believe he does.
He's on My Filthy Spirit Bomb.
There you go.
There you go.
With Twisted.
Yeah.
There you are, you see.
So yeah, so in that same vein, then like, because he kind of sounded like him, but like at one point he said he also sounded like in the lyrics, he was like, he made a reference to Tyler as well, and I was just like, I don't think Tyler would honestly care about this guy at all.
No. It's funny because like, sorry to jump in on your vibe, but I wrote about that as well. Like, he compares himself to Tyler the Creator, and like, in a way, like Tyler's first few albums are very like horrorcore, and he does make a lot of like references to like murdering people and like rape and all this like awful shit, right? But like with Tyler, I feel like he had the right delivery and the right atmosphere, that it did feel like dangerous and sinister and stuff, so it didn't seem like a caricature, like a joke.
Yeah, if you listen to like his songs like Tron Cat.
But did Tyler the Creator have those songs weaved in and out of Ocarina of Crime and Mad Hatter?
No,
That's
exactly.
probably it.
No, he didn't.
Overarching theme and a concept album.
Yeah,
pick a theme and run with it. He's got two very opposite themes here, and because of that, neither of them land.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. I think concept album, I don't know, man. Like, unless it's like, again, I think we've said this so many times when it comes to concept albums, where it's like unless if it's like outwardly like completely referencing it, and it's like, this is the song about the concept, then it's like, it just comes across as so.
Can we write that song? Can we write that song? This is the song about the concept, and just fucking really hammer home this. We'll just call it concept song.
Just call it concept song. This has a concept. We are that's so meta.
We're delivering a story. This is the concept. You will enjoy it.
Have you guys ever listened to Psycho Stick? That sounds like a Psycho Stick song.
Yeah,
What is
Psycho
Psycho?
Stick's great.
What is that? I've never heard of them.
They're a band. They're like a comedy band, but they're really like exactly like that, like in your face with the meaning of the song. So they have a song called "This Is Not a Song, It's a Sandwich," which is actually a banger. And, like the lyrics are just like, it's literally that. It's like, "This is not a song, it's a sandwich. I can eat it. It's full of." It's just talking about, and they have another song called "Caffeine."
Silly.
Yeah, which is just all about having a cup of coffee, and it's just really like caffeine. And then it slows right down, and it's like, oh, my energy has run out, and then I drink another coffee and caffeine, 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 caffeine.
My favorite song of theirs is the one about dogs. So it's like, I'm a dog and I like socks. Socks, socks, socks. Dog, dog, dog. I'm a dog. I like socks. Socks, socks, socks. It's just like, it's so fun. And the music video is just their dog playing with socks. Maybe that's why I liked it.
It sounds good to me.
Where was I even going with this? Anyway, yeah, it's one of these bands again that like the concept is super because it's so heavily involved in the lyrics. It just comes across as like for me just really like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it just feels weird. It feels like it's too on the nose and it feels weird. I'm like, ugh. I like concept albums that are like it alludes to the thing it's talking about, but like on its each individual song on its own are like good by itself without the whole rest of the album accompanying it. Like you wouldn't be able to listen to what was it called? Fucking Midget Killer Dance or whatever it was called, like by itself, because that's literally just that was the point of the album. I mean, the rest of it was like pretty bad, but then as soon as it got to that bit, me and Carl just looked at each other like so yeah.
It was it. Midget Army was
Midget Army, that was it.
To be fair, it had kind of the worst of both worlds in a way, because it had the annoying concept-only bits that got in the way, like all the skits and the bits at the end of the tracks with the characters and being like, "Oh, filthy Wonka, why are you such a dickhead?" But then it also had other songs that were nothing to do with anything about the theme, like "I'm Underground" or like "Laughing at You," and some of they're just like normal rap songs, nothing to do with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So it's like, are you sticking with the theme or not? Or what are we doing?
I'll give credit where credit's due. Actually, I did actually like that one with Joker and Vinny, whatever his name was.
Laughing at You.
Yeah, I did actually like that one. I think I liked that one quite a lot because it had one verse of Gmo Skee. So I think just because it was like a cipher with like different artists, I kind of like enjoyed that because I was like I like a bit of a mix, and like the hook was kind of catchy as well. So I'll give it that.
I was going to say Vinny Paz is quite big, right? Like I've heard of him before. I swear you've mentioned him before, Greg.
He's on every rap album. Like, I don't know how he does it. He's in every single rap album featuring somewhere. Like, especially in like horrorcore rappers. I think he's like a permanent member in Jedi Mind Tricks, which is another sort of horrorcore rap group, and they rap all about mass murder and being evil. But he also just shows up everywhere. He does songs with Apathy and like the Demigods, and a shitload of other people. I think he's on Rugged Man's album. Like, yeah, he's pretty big in the game. But he will also feature on literally anything, so it's not that much of an achievement for Skee.
Yeah.
Greg, you probably know like a little bit more on it. What is it? What is it with like horrorcore rappers and like having like these like ultra serious to like disgusting themes, whilst also having like the like nichest, weirdest like references to nerd culture? Like what is that? Like why is that a thing?
Do you know what I think it is? It's really hard to come up with original things that rhyme together. So you have to scrape that barrel just like as hard as you can. But then everyone else is also scraping the same barrel, and they're all like, nobody wants to be copying. So you just have to go out and be as weird as humanly possible. And so when you can like have a theme as a crutch, it makes rhyming a lot. It's kind of easier. It's like a bridge to be able to rhyme about stuff. I think it's literally that simple. That it's just really hard to come up with rhymes.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Makes sense.
Can we all just appreciate as well Joker's verse that's entirely about his balls? I thought was actually pretty funny.
What the fuck?
See,
I did point that. Yeah, I did point that out. I just looked at Carl. I was just like, this whole verse is about his balls. And a part of me was like, what the fuck? And then I realized that we've written an entire song about my balls. So
yeah.
so I can't really say anything.
Practice what you preach, Ben. Balls.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Subtle song about balls.
It is subtle, to be fair. Yeah. It's not like my balls are as big as mountains.
Again, very on the nose.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I did actually kind of like Wave Dash though, because Wave Dash was kind of like a chill song in comparison, and it's kind of like out of nowhere all this other stuff about like I'm evil and kill people and stuff, and then it's like here's a song about doing what you can and achieving your dreams and being proud of things that you could do that other people can't, with a backdrop of Super Smash Bros. Like okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a bit like when I heard the word Wave Dash, I was just like, wait, no. And then I kept listening to the lyrics. I was like, he is referencing Melee. Okay. I did like the nerdy references though, but I am a nerd, so the first song, Ocarina of Crime, I was a bit like, I get the reference. I like Zelda, but I am easily pleased in that regard.
There is a strange sort of subgenre of rappers who just do like video game stuff. I almost did. There's a rapper called Khalil who Adam showed me, who literally just raps about like anime tits and video games, and like again just super on the nose about it.
Pretty sure I've heard of Khalil actually.
Yeah, Khalil.
Question mark?
Yes. It might be of interest to you. I personally hate it, but
I mean, he's got a song called Naruto Uchiha.
Yeah, it's just straight up just like full-on nerd rap, and I don't know why it exists, but it does.
Bruh.
It exists, and I've come to peace with that immediately. That's fine. I'll just get on with my life. I'll wake up tomorrow and hopefully forget about that. But see, okay, I'm just going to jump in here with, I guess, my final thoughts. Ben's gone, and he's back. See, I have no right judging this album because this is now officially my third or fourth hip hop album I've listened to in its entirety in my entire life. So to me, it didn't sound any different to any of the others. I'm not even joking, but like that's because I've never really jumped into the genre. And I know I'm gonna get fucking destroyed online for saying this, but one of my notes is I don't see how this differs from other rappers. Low in capital letters. Because I mean, my cringe dar is pretty low, and I don't know shit about this kind of hip hop anyway. So when he's singing and rapping about Ocarina of Crime and all that crap, and and all that, and like, I wasn't cringing or laughing. I was just sitting there going, "This guy's a bit angry," and like it never even dawned on me that it's cringy or like lame or anything, because it just sounds like rap to me. Literally. Oh god. So I mean, sorry, what?
You gotta rap about something, I guess, is what I would say about this album.
Yeah, fair play. Oh god. My only complaint, really, apart from it being rap and really samey and the skits shit, is his bitterness on his serious business songs is so like
it's kind of embarrassing,
over the top. It's just like, okay, this is 3 songs in a row now of you being angry at society. You really, I get it, but it doesn't come across as like angry to me. It comes across as bitter.
Yeah,
Said
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
the same thing to Ben. He just sounds really fucking bitter. Like, he doesn't sound like, yeah, I'm gonna do it despite you. It's just him like, wah, I'm not as popular as these guys and they're gay.
It's like he's
wah. It's just
complaining. Even though he's got 2 albums out. Like, come on. 2 albums. You've been going for 5 years. Come on, man. There's bands that have been going for 40 years that still haven't made it.
How many listeners does Insane Clown Posse have on Spotify?
I reckon a shitload. But then they have about 100 albums, and they've been going for a long time.
And everyone's heard of them. Like, for good or better or worse, like, they are super famous.
To be fair, like, I would say musically they're superior to this as well. Like, as sort of ashamed kind of fan of ICP.
It's okay.
It's
okay. Let it all out, Greg.
There's never any doubt. ICP, there's never any doubt that they're taking the piss, though. Like,
I just had this vision
very
of Greg going into the other room after the podcast and like crying on Mel's shoulder, like, I said I liked ICP.
I said it.
I remember when we used to listen to Chicken Hunting like 10 times a day in Gilly.
Sorry, Kyle, I cut you off. What are you saying?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Final thoughts, though.
Ooh.
Kyle.
Oh, yeah. I really didn't want to finish listening to this. I literally I got up to Filth Factory. I was like, do I really have to?
Because you wanted to savor it.
Yeah, I was like, I want to spread this out over a few weeks, so I really savor the flavor. But no, it's just, the only times I laughed listening to this album were like at him. Like, the flow was pretty lame. The lyrics aren't very imaginative. Like, the whole Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like theme was just really random and shoehorned in there and didn't really make any sense at all. Like, it just very quickly devolved into here's another crazy guy who kills people and stuff. Like,
yeah, there weren't many songs about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, were there?
No, the only Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reference really was the Midget Army skit, and that was the worst part of the album. So, I mean, they had like little things like, oh, we're gonna get on the boat, which is a thing that happens in the movie. But then after that, and that's literally Ninja Money, which is like 5 songs in, and then he just completely drops the theme altogether, pretty much. And then like on Filthy Imagination, it kind of comes back a little bit, but not really. And it's just like, I just felt kind of bad for him in a way. Like, he's talking really bitterly about how, I dropped out of school and I'm following my dreams and I'm going to do what I want and you can't tell me what to do, Mr. Teacher. And then he releases this hot garbage. It's just like, fuck, man. It's just real. I honestly just pity this guy. What I was going to say was, ICP, like, they don't try to dress it up and pretend that they are actually cool or that they are, like, they don't try and say, this is how I really feel. It's, like, obviously just a big, stupid joke, right? They're just trying to piss people off. But this, I feel like that he takes himself a little bit too seriously and it just comes across as so lame. But yeah, like I did think Wave Dash was alright. I was going to give it a 1 out of 10, but I feel like I have to give it a 2 out of 10. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Nice.
What did you think, Ben? Well, you already did your final thoughts, didn't you? No,
you
didn't.
Zach did his. Yeah, so basically kind of the same for me. So, like, it was just the whole experience was like incredibly cringe-inducing, just because the fact that like it wasn't serious because he's talking about a filth factory reference to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for whatever reason, but it's also super serious because he's following his dream and don't shit on his dream. But also it's not serious because there's midgets dancing. But then it is serious because like he's not doing it just for fun. Like he's wanting to make it, and he's not salty. He's not salty, but he is
He's not
salty.
salty. It's definitely
No,
not
it's-
bitter.
Like when we listened to that song, like that was the moment I actually, yeah, like same as Kyle, I just felt really bad for him. Like the fact that he was just like, I'm mad all the time, and I'm like, bro, like I get mad quite a lot as well, but like if I'm mad at society, like you kind of more constructive than just being like, I go to sleep mad, I eat mad, everyone's like it was just so pathetic. It was so pathetic.
Oh,
So, like, yeah, and then, you know what? You know, if that kind of music like touches the hearts of youths, being like, yo, I hate my mum and dad too, then you know what? You go get them. But yeah, but apart from that, it was just truly awful. So really good choice, Greg. I'll give this a 2 out of 10 as well. I still quite enjoyed the cipher in the middle, the laughing one. I still can't remember the name. I saved that one because I was like, actually, that's not too bad.
Laughing at you.
Yeah, laughing at you. The rest of it though, like, I mean, it forced you to. It was basically intervals that they forced you to listen to that were part of the songs. Like, oh. Really awful. Yeah,
You
2
got
out of 10. There you go.
2. Nice. Cool. I guess I'll cap it off then. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I mean, I to do a compliment sandwich, I guess. I actually enjoy Ocarina of Crime, Laughing at You, and I'm Underground. And even though Grouch is a bit of a pathetic song, it is quite catchy. But I wholeheartedly agree with everything that's been said. I don't know what it is. I have a fascination with these motherfucking people because I'm just like, what? What is this? Why does this exist? But yeah, I'm really glad you all hated it, and I am gonna give it, I guess, a 2.5 out of 10 because I like a couple of songs and don't know. I can't really hate it with all my heart because bless him, he tried.
yeah.
Tried really hard.
Yeah.
And he
Got a
failed.
participation award.
Is this CHUBcast going to be the most condescending CHUBcast that we've ever done? Because
Of course
like
it is.
I think we spent like half an hour just being like, oh, bless him.
Oh, oh no.
Didn't you say Alex told you to listen to this, Greg? Like, did he recommend it because he liked it, or did he say this is fucking shit?
No, he recommended it. I think it was "Laughing at You" was the song he recommended. But there's a couple. There's a couple of good songs on My Filthy Spirit Bomb as well. To be fair, but who knows with Alex? I mean, is it a joke? Who knows?
To be fair, Alex doesn't listen to albums, so he probably, just plucked out all the serious business songs, and that's what he thinks of Gmo Skee. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. Joe, though, this is reminding me of that one Twisted song that everyone knew back in the day, and I can't fucking remember it, but I'm gonna go back and listen to it because I remember it being really catchy.
God,
Was
I
it?
don't remember
We don't die.
Yeah.
You just listened to a snippet of COVID Kingpin. If you enjoyed what you heard, then go and find us on any streaming site that you can think of. I hope you enjoy the music, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
So I've got a confession to make, boys.
Yeah? What's that?
I've never played Pokemon Go.
Really?
What?
Where were you when we were all playing Pokemon Go?
I've never played Pokemon Go every day.
How? How is that even possible?
Just never played it. I remember Emily had it when I was with her, and she had it downloaded on her phone. Just never downloaded it. Just wasn't. I think when you guys were on the hype, and like going on adventures and stuff, I was still living in Southampton, so I wasn't like part of the hype train. And
That was like a 2-year speedy hype train. We were all over that shit.
It's been about 3 of those. It's been about 3 hype trains, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm pretty
There'll
sure I
probably be
remember
another
it
one this summer.
Well, mate, if there is, because of this song, I'll be on it.
Yeah, because you don't want to lie.
Yeah, I don't want to lie. I don't want to be like, I play Pokemon Go every day. What is there to say about this song? It's beautiful. It's magical. it's his sultry tones send me into a deep slumber. He's got such a beautiful voice. What is it with Northern European / Russian accents? They're such great singers.
He's like the Pavarotti of our age.
They're just hollering at us. I fucking love it. This song is incredible.
This song is the catchiest song I've ever heard in my entire life.
I mean,
Actually, whenever I go on my phone and I look at the app, just look at the app. I don't even consider playing Pokemon Go. When I just see the app on my phone, it's in my head.
Yeah.
This kid's written a fucking. How did he do it? How did he do it?
Has he got on YouTube? Like, it must have like 20 odd million views, right?
90.
No, there you
90 million.
He has nearly 1 million subs on YouTube, and he still releases stuff like every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know his other banger, "I'm Vegan," on Spotify.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure it's a classic.
I'm pretty sure that's like. I swear I remember listening to that, and it's like it's almost metal sounding because he's proper like. Like about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting it to just be like, "I eat vegetables every day."
Well, have you guys seen he released a 2020 edition of the Pokemon Go song?
yeah. I listened to it. It's crap. It's nowhere near as good as this.
Because his voice is kind of cracked now, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's kind of like that bit in The Simpsons where Homer's like singing in the choir, and then he's like doing a solo performance, and his voice cracks, and he just sounds like it just doesn't have it. It's a shame. It happens to the best of us, but I think this is probably our biggest loss.
The biggest loss of generation.
Not just our generation, man. I know this millennium has only just started, but I'd go as far as to say this whole next 1,000 years.
Yeah.
That's where it all started going downhill, man.
Yeah.
When fucking alien archaeologists come to our planet and survey the world, they're gonna find that bit of information and be like, "My God, that's where humanity started."
Yeah.
Giant statue of Mishovi on the moon. He's,
Gonna build statues.
I hope so.
It's the first thing that the
I went
aliens
to the
hear
year
echoing out
3000
from our planet.
I went to the year 3000 and not much had changed, but Mishovi is the leader. He is the biblical deity.
Everyone plays Pokemon Go every day.
And if they don't, they are sacrificed.
They're turned into Soylent Green to keep the machine spinning.
Oh God, Greg, what are you saying?
I mean, mwah. Like, what can you say? Isn't it just like I didn't know the meaning of music before. Do you remember that thing where it's like my son had autism and lost both his arms, but then I got the fidget spinner app and it cured him right up? That's how I feel about this song. Like, my life just wasn't complete. Now it is.
I really appreciate music because of this song.
Yeah.
All my developmental conditions are cured.
This song made me care again.
Yeah, and I can happily say there was a time when I did play Pokemon Go every day, and perhaps those days will come again if I let the spirit of Mishovi into my heart and accept him as the true leader, the great leader.
The one
only
true
leader.
Messiah.
Mm.
The
best
only way
leader.
to go
The only
is
leader.
Pokemon Go.
What's this controversy, Greg? I want to know.
Okay, so I don't know any details, but I remember hearing that it was like his entire career was like a scheme cooked up by his brother, and that he was essentially like forcing him to be a child star. I have no idea if that's
Is it the same brother who's in the music video doing the guitar solo, looking like completely dead behind the eyes?
think so. But they're both completely dead behind the eyes, which is a bit suspicious. Like, what happened?
Robots.
The first thing that
Sense.
comes up if you type in Google Misha Pokemon Go is Misha Pokemon Go death. I'm like, how did Pokemon Go kid die? He was ambushed and died after being shot whilst he was playing the game with his cousin. What?
Is this a different Pokemon Go kid?
I think it's like
bullshit
just a
articles.
rumor. Yeah, it's just a rumor.
It's like the Frosties kid killing himself.
Oh, yes.
And Marilyn Manson removing his rib
Yeah. To suck his own dick.
to suck his.
I
Lady
can't believe he
Gaga.
did that, man. Yeah, Lady
Bloody
Gaga had a
Lady
dick, yeah.
Gaga's on that.
I remember that one.
Oh.
Oh, Zach, I'm actually curious. Why did you choose this song out of the songs that we'd hate? Clearly, this is the best song ever created. I don't know why you would have gone for this.
See, the sarcasm is lost on me because I know you all love it, really. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Okay, it's definitely lost on me.
I mean, at the time, I
It's
think
just-
it's safe to say we all hated it because it was literally ubiquitous. It was like you couldn't go anywhere without hearing "I play Pokemon." Like, especially when people were playing Pokemon Go, you would literally hear it like several times a day. And it's
Your
just
reactions
like, oh my
last week last episode when I said we have to listen to this song were perfect. That was good enough for me. I had won at that point, but so I'm just
I had a
glad
little
that
bit of PTSD.
I've just got.
bit.
I really dissected the music video a bit. I want to just run through things. Right, first off, the video starts with, "I'm back." Already, I'm laughing. Like, what?
What's
the
he back from?
Yeah, where did he go? All these questions.
Oh, well, he's back from playing Pokemon Go, of course.
He came back, shot a video, he went back out again. The fact that he's in the driver's seat of a sports car,
Yeah.
it's just
That got me.
that's funny. All the Minecraft imagery and the random shitty licker tongue that he's just licking on the pavement. It's just, what the hell's going on? The intense eye contact from the brother during the guitar solo. Why does this song have a guitar solo? Oh, it doesn't need a guitar
Our
solo.
solo was quite tasteful, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
He plays the guitar
perfect.
well.
It's the perfect train wreck. It's the perfect train wreck. And the fact during the guitar solo, the guy, if you look at me, he's like playing the guitar like this. But then the camera starts going, and then he starts going off frame. It's as if they just shot it once and went down to. It's so good. Like, I said, sure, that could be down to an experience with cinematography, but it's just so funny that it just comes across just purposefully shit. Like, as someone who's studied media, it's just, mwah. It's so bad that it's good. It
looks like they're trying for it to be terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my mini dissect of that. I loved it. Thumbs up. Does anyone
We have to
any
implement-
final thoughts?
We have to implement that in one of our in one of our music videos. We just have to do it so it just looks fucking so awful, but on
Greg,
purpose.
can you learn his guitar solo?
I don't know if that's. It might be beyond Greg's skills if I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
too good.
I just wouldn't want to disrespect him like that, you know? Like butchering his solo.
Maybe
I'll-
while
Parody the video, but I'll play something else. Like,
you do the guitar solo, we could have Ben helping you with it, kind of like when Kyle used to do Through the Fire and Flames on Guitar Hero.
And to get somebody to hold the green button for me at the start.
Great. Ben can help you with that intense guitar solo.
I'd be better off doing that because I would not be able to sing at all because Misha is just that kid has got a voice of an angel. I can't even compare to that. So yeah, I'd happily do
singing
that.
notes that other people don't even know about. Like he's making scales and
Yeah.
He's a pioneer.
Oh god.
well,
We need to get a pioneer.
For me,
it's a giant.
there's a thumbs up.
Well, I failed.
You failed this week, so we all loved it.
But the reaction last week led me to believe that you'd all hate it, but come on. How can you hate this?
How can you hate this podcast?
To be fair, just the sheer amount of money that he's made from this completely justifies its existence.
Yeah. Who originally found this and was like, the world needs to know? Like, that's what I want to know. Like,
Jesus.
A hero.
Muhammad was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
All the good all the people up there in heaven and wherever just sent
The
it to their
guy
respected religions.
You know Joseph Smith, who started Mormonism when he dug up the gold plates. That'll be this in a couple of years. They'll be
They'll dig up his phone and it's just got Pokemon Go on it still. And he's like, what is this? And his username is Mishi or whatever. And he's, who is this Mishi? Mishovi. Right.
Oh, dear.
Do we have any final thoughts, or should we move on to Justin Bieber's Baby?
Let's move on.
let's move
on.
Stuck in.
Go on, Ben.
Well, I mean, what is there to say? Our boy, our beloved Justin Bieber, coming and clean through that
You can keep it.
absolute meme of a song when he released Baby. And what a YouTube shitstorm it was. Good heavens. I think the internet, that was the first break the internet may have ever had in regards to popular media. Because the like to dislike ratio, like, I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but back in the day, it was like pretty 50-50.
oh my god.
What
2.4
is it
billion views, by the way.
Wow.
2.4 billion.
Well deserved.
17 million likes, 12 million dislikes.
That I think that means that literally, like, at least like a quarter of the entire planet has seen this video at least once. Like, that's
one way
kind
to
of
put
Listened to it more than once. How many teenage girls do you think have listened to this song like literally thousands of times?
yeah.
A good like 10th of the planet has probably seen it.
Yeah.
And we've just added at least four more views.
Oh no, I watch it every day.
Congrats.
It's all just Greg's fault. Play and repeat.
Watched it 1 billion times.
Now, I'll let you in on something. I'll let you in on something. Like,
Tell
Let's be
us,
honest.
Justin!
The termite kingdom answered, Justin.
oh, baby, what's so cold, Justin? We listened to this song like in Greg's playlist for the CHUBcast just after the Gmo Skee one.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, after listening to that disgusting piece of work, Baby actually sounded kind of good.
Oh no.
Me and Ben were like, why does it sound so much better than normal?
It was just straight after an album that we would be like, the whole time for like an hour. And then fucking Baby comes on. And I was like, oh, yes, an actual tune, yeah. And I was like, baby. So I think I have a new appreciation. What do you guys think about this classic Greg?
Well, I kind of fail in a way to see like what the hate is all about. Like I wrote down, this is the equivalent of eating an untoasted slice of bread with nothing on it. I was just letting it into my ear holes and just thinking, I don't hate it, but I just it's noise, song. Like,
I think it's had a lot of time to settle, you know, because what you have to realize is like when this came out in 2010 and we were all like fresh out of school. I think you were still in school, Ben and Greg, right? Would have been
Possibly,
your final
yeah.
year of school.
Yeah,
So-
2010, yeah.
We were all like 16, 17. We were all like metal as fuck. We were like, we didn't like mainstream music anyway. And then this comes out and it's like I think was Justin Bieber like literally like 12 years old at the time or something. Like he can't have been much older.
young, like 14.
And it's
Yeah.
like this song was everywhere, and it doesn't really make any sense because like there's nothing really special about it. It just was popular because young girls thought he was hot. You know, that's all it was. And
Maybe
it's
at the
like,
time there was a lack of, you know, hot pop singers for kids, you know? bands like
it wasn't enough
Miss,
sexy kids.
bands like McFly and Busted had grown up a bit, and
Oh, there's the Jonas Brothers. They were around.
There
Were
was
they?
Jonas Brothers.
mate,
that
I
was
don't know. I'm just chatting out my arse, to be honest. I'm just like throwing maybes, chucking maybes.
You should trust me on my hot teenage boy knowledge, Zach. I know
Oh,
these.
shit. I should have known.
But yeah, it's like at the time, like it's a very I actually have disliked this song, so I back in the day went out of my way to go and dislike the song.
I'm pretty sure I've done the same.
So yeah,
registered.
it's
Just
like
find out.
it's like yeah, it was very easy to hate at the time. It pretty much stands for like everything that like people who don't like mainstream music hate, which is like, why the fuck is Ludacris on this song? Like,
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, okay, it's like the guy I couldn't find his name when I was doing research, but it's kind of like the rapper who was on Friday that came out around the same time.
oh yeah.
Like, what was he doing there?
But Ludacris was like This was 2010, so he would have been like fresh out of fucking. He was in like. I might be getting mixed up here, but wasn't he in like Too Fast, Too Furious and shit? Like he was like an upcoming actor. He was big, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sing on this track with this like actual 13-year-old and do a verse about how I fell in love in fucking primary school. Like nobody thought, wait, this is weird.
And they put a gigantic check in front of him on the table, and he's tell me what I need to do.
Yeah. They probably gave him I was about to say the same thing. Like, they must have given him so much money he couldn't refuse. Like, he was probably looking at that check going, if I just rap on this fucking song, I'm sorted for like the next 10 years or something.
I was literally about to say, like, have you seen Ludacris do like anything else in any media after this? Like, I haven't seen him at all. Like, he must have got the
probably
fattest
sorted.
check in existence.
He might even be getting like a bit of royalties as well. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
It must be. Because, like, yeah, I was gonna say, like, imagine being Ludacris, like, being, like, actually quite a big rapper, like, before this came up, like, being an up-and-coming movie star, and the thing that he's featured in that is the most popular by a mile and left its biggest legacy on the music scene is this song. This song. I wonder how he feels about that. Like that one song I did with like a 13-year-old pretty boy. Like,
You know, I bet the cocaine helps.
And the hookers.
Yeah.
yeah.
The money and the drugs probably make him forget about the fact that, like, I don't think pride really gets in the way when you're rich and coked up. So,
Fucking hell, dude. It's like, oh my god. It was such a random verse. And another thing I wanted to say was, like, we listened to this right before we listened to I Play Pokemon Go. And the production on this really isn't that much better than it is on I Play Pokemon Go. Like,
Are you surprised? I Play Pokemon Go is like the best song ever written. Of course they're going to put a lot of production in. That piano,
They didn't need
man. You
to
can't...
raw talent.
Yeah.
But think about it, right? Like, this is a song that's very clearly, like, they had, like, the big bods of the music industry in from the start, right? They had Ludacris on the track. They gave him a fat check, as we've already established. And the whole song, the beat is literally just...
That's just pop, though, isn't it? That's just
song.
pop.
No, but I mean, like...
But
like the whole of I Play Pokemon Go is catchier than this, and I Play Pokemon Go was literally written by like just some random 10-year-old.
Of course, the whole of I Play Pokemon Go is catchier than this. I Play Pokemon Go is the catchiest song ever written.
God, let me ask you this: what is the difference between a McDonald's burger and like a gourmet burger from the most expensive restaurant in the world?
This is like if Gordon Ramsay served up like a McDonald's burger, and then a 10-year-old from the Czech Republic just comes out with like fucking Ratatouille, life-changing, oh god, my childhood dreams and stuff.
You know, Linguini come out on a rollerblades.
Yeah, no, I literally get like because I mean I think in general like I'm not like a huge fan of pop and stuff either, but there was something about like early teenies to late noughties pop that just had really bad production. I feel like or like really really cheesy production that like nowadays is like almost on par with like meme songs that like kids make in their bedrooms. Like it's kind of mad.
How far we've come.
They didn't have to try, and they knew it would still be successful. So they were like, why would we put any effort into this when these 12-year-olds don't even care? They're just going to buy it anyway. Cocaine.
Also cocaine.
Oh my god. This song brought me back though. Like to college. My old mate Gina, who was in my class at college, was absolutely obsessed with Justin Bieber, like worryingly. It was intervention worthy, but I just remember like we all just, I mean most of the views on this video must be memeing, because we used to like do things like play Justin Bieber on every computer in the IT suite and then leave the room and stuff like that. Like, so
I swear on multiple
that's a good
occasions,
30 views right there.
Yeah, I swear we've done that to like just even within our group. I swear, like we're at a party at like Sophie Katz or something, and then we're just like, put on Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Like, I swear we've done that a couple of times as well.
I can't remember who said it. I think it was Greg about his bread analogy. It was perfect. I just wrote, it's just generic pop, nothing special. Probably should have been forgotten had it not been for Ben, who brought it back up again.
It was forgotten.
Yeah, it was very forgotten until now. But it was oddly nostalgic, to be honest. And yeah, like Greg said, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just so bland. So bland.
Yeah. I guess in a way that's also kind of what made us so mad at the time, because it really is bland and uninspired, and it's just a song about, ooh, I'm in love with someone at school. Yeah, and it's like 2 billion views, Justin Bieber's whole career defined by this one song. he was another just exploited child star, and it's like, how does like art, like what is art?
No one
do
questioning that he's singing about that he's in love with babies. Like, seriously, what's going on here?
This is the Pope's favorite song.
What's the Pope's favorite song? Baby.
Baby.
Anyway,
It's kind of
these days. Has he had his full-on celebrity crash yet? I remember he got covered in tattoos.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Many
Of a restaurant or something. I remember that.
what was
he
that?
got done for speeding. I remember
Yeah,
that.
he killed someone, but he also like took a piss in a restaurant, like just in the middle of it or something.
That was still quite a long time ago. That was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. I remember seeing something like that. He went into like a basement bit and pissed like on the floor, and people were like, "Bro."
He
Isn't
hasn't
it funny
done much
though?
lately, to be fair. Sorry.
He I think I've seen him in the news recently, and he was like very addicted to drugs and stuff, and like, you know, being exposed to like Hollywood and all that shit at that kind of age is probably gonna fuck you up, understandably. But like, yeah, you know, he's turned over a new leaf recently. I might be wrong. I think he's like a born again Christian and trying to be a good boy and stuff, you know. So
That's why that always
fair play
happens,
to
isn't
him.
So leaning
Fair
into the
enough.
babies a bit more, yeah? Anyway.
it? Oh God.
He's Catholic now.
Oh.
I'm sorry for the Catholic listeners. Isn't it funny?
I'm
like,
sorry
as
about what
sort of-
happened to you.
like as one of our final notes, how like if you asked us when we were like literally when this song came out about what we thought, I'm pretty sure we would have had like really strong feelings about how much we hate it. But then like 10 years afterwards, after like being buffeted by time and banal music for another 10 years, instead of like hating on it, we're just like all 4 of us just like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's just pop. Meh.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
funny like how it's gone from like something so hated to something that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just see shit music as like a force of nature now. It's like just a smelly wind that you can't avoid, just
Yeah.
blowing in constantly. It's like a storm. It's always on the horizon. And you
You
just
just have to grimace and then move on like, oh.
try and
it's,
find shelter.
Occasionally a 10-point magnitude pop song comes in that you just can't avoid, and you just have,
Yeah.
you have to rebuild society. But
God, it is shit though. Like I wish I was still younger and cared more, but I'm just numb now.
I'm so
I
numb.
wish I hated it more than I do.
yeah.
Well, that's just you get beaten, like you just don't have the time or the effort to give a shit about stuff like pop music anymore. Like we've been through it. There's more things like to get angry about. I mean, we started a whole band because we were angry. So you know, I think
Maybe we should cover this song.
We should call it EBAB and like spell it backwards and just write a song. I fucking hate Justin Bieber.
Sing the whole song backwards.
Also, I like just to sort of like as one of my final notes as well. I could not listen to the song without thinking of the fucking mashup between this and Psychosocial. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but like literally in my head, it was just like when it was like ding 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 at the beginning, I just heard Corey Taylor in my head like.
I did my
time.
Jesus Christ.
So good.
Another final note. It's also a giant thumbs down from me, but the Dirty Loops cover of this song is amazing, and I was thinking about it the whole time I was listening to this song. Everyone should listen to that cover because it's really good.
Nice. I'll give that a listen. But yeah, thumbs down as well.
Fuck this song.
Another shot till I'm brightened. Because the wasters. No matter
You just listened to a snippet of Wasters. If you enjoyed what you heard, then go and find us on any streaming site that you can think of. I hope you enjoy the music, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Money's smashed up on cheap booze, fucking wasters. We're all winners when there's nothing to lose.
Album number two, Unloved, by Frontiera. Kyle,
Yes, well,
lead us off.
what an experience you're about to walk down, my friends. This is an album I was put onto by your boy K-Mac 2021. Very funny guy. If you haven't heard of him, go on his YouTube. He's funny as balls. He also makes his own music, which is surprisingly good. He's a heavy metal boy. He also, in the same breath as recommending this album, recommended Joy as a Form of Resistance by Idols, which is a great album. So, foolishly, I wandered into this album expecting more of the same. And this is like the sonic equivalent of a mental breakdown, I would say. This is what it sounds like to lose all faith in humanity. But what did you think, Zach?
Well, when Claire came back, I played a couple of tracks to her, and she literally said, "This is anxiety. This is what anxiety sounds like." So a couple of notes I wrote down was, now I know how normies feel when they listen to Metallica. I can like literally.
Yes.
I was listening to it and I was just like, I hate this. God, imagine if, like, I don't know, Alex or James or Izzy listen to this.
Yeah.
What would they even
Like
think?
if we have that reaction and we like pretty heavy stuff, like what the fuck would like a normal quote unquote person like think when listening to it?
Yeah.
I think their heads would genuinely explode.
I can't help but think like this is very deliberately abrasive and difficult to listen to. Like they went into this like, how can we make this as unlistenable as possible?
Yeah.
That was the weirdest part for me in a way. I was sitting there and I was trying to think, like, imagine writing this and then imagine performing this like on a daily basis. Like this is how you do your evenings. I couldn't get in that mind space of like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, these guys
Why?
are going to have to get into that mind space before every gig. I never thought about that.
And the process of writing it, they're like, okay, we're going to have a here, and then it's going to go.
Yeah.
Did they plan it?
I literally wrote in my notes like several times, like there was this one recurring kind of like riff that kept happening. And literally I couldn't think of how to write it, so I've just written bonk bonk pick up a bonk bonk bonk. Just like that's like
Checks
fuck.
out.
And it's but the first like right up until like Glitcher specifically, they just kind of like like most bands, they'll have like 90% melody, and then like hardcore bands, they'll have like 90% like kind of melody and like a flow, and then they'll have like 10% like really heavy breakdown or something. This was like the inverse. It was like 90% really heavy breakdown and just noise. Like they default to it's just like okay, and then it would just occasionally be like, oh, this is quite nice actually, and then it just immediately drops back into it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
I wrote down that it was like Code Orange and the algorithm had a crack baby.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
But
Like the album art is such a good descriptor of what my brain felt like listening to this.
Yeah, that's so true.
it kind of looks like Guy
It was
Gas.
just looking at that thing, and I'm pretty sure that's what my brain cells were doing, like turning into these spiky
Your brain
black
cells.
balls.
That's
of
what I was doing.
just your body, like just turning into some fucking Cronenberg nightmare.
Yeah. I can tell why you can't listen to multiple tracks in a row, Kyle.
Yeah. Did you make it through the whole album in one sitting?
I did. Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
Fucking hell, well done.
Did you, Greg, as well?
2 halves for me.
Right. Yeah. Am I the only one that did it in one sitting?
Yeah.
I did it in one sitting. I did half of it with Kyle before, and I had to stop because I think I was doing something else or playing League or something, and I was like, my brain is melting. And then as soon as I finished work today, I put my headphones in. I was walking home, and I was like, let's do this. And I listened to the whole thing, and like I was talking to Kyle in between, like listening to some tracks as well. So I guess I listened to the entire thing, and just felt so numb afterwards.
I definitely had to have a sit down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys have seen me play Crash. I literally spent 2 hours trying to get a relic on one level yesterday. So apparently, I like slamming my head against a wall over and over again and enjoying it over on twitch.tv/Meat and Gaming. Anyway.
Nice.
Subscribe to Mead and Metal.
You don't have to subscribe, just follow. Oh no, Mead and Metal. Oh, God, too many projects. I wrote down initial reaction, I hate it. And that didn't really change throughout.
I knew you were gonna fucking hate it. That's why I selected this album. I was like, Zach's 100% gonna hate it, but maybe Greg and Ben might manage to find some kind of enjoyment out of it. So I'm curious to hear what you think, Greg.
Do you know what? I was really shocked that I actually did enjoy this at the start. I was like ready to hate it. And then I listened to the first half. No, how did I do it? Oh no, I listened to it in 3 bits. I listened to some of it walking around, and then a bit on my lunch break, and then I finished it off just before we started. But like, there was some weird catharsis in it for me to begin with. It wasn't just noise. Like, I kind of felt, I don't know what they were expressing, but I got it slightly. I was like, okay, yeah, we're doing crazy rage noise. All right. And
it resonated with you.
Yeah, maybe I was just in the right sort of mood, but yeah, I started enjoying it. And then it went on and fucking on for so long that I ended up really fucking hating it.
Yeah, this album didn't need to be 56 minutes long.
It did not.
No,
it did not. That's all the comments I've seen. I read a few reviews of this because I had to do some digging because they don't have a Wikipedia page or anything. And all the reviews say the same thing. It's like, this probably would have been okay if it was like half the length. Like, but lots of people really like this, in fairness. Like, everybody I saw review this gave it like at least an 8 out of 10. And I was just like...
Well, I mean, I did write down that like the drumming's really good. And like the high-pitched guitar tones are unique and stuff. Like, there is musicianship here. It's just very intense.
There are a lot of Pac-Man noises in this.
Yeah. It feels like the thing is, I was saying to Kyle, I was like, if they just decided to have a break somewhere with some of the instruments to let it breathe, that this could have been like really, really good hardcore. But the fact is that, like, literally, like, in some of the songs, there is zero break. Like, the guitar is always like, and like the fucking drums are constantly doing this, and the guy is constantly like the front vocalist is always constantly like, yeah, and I'm just like, fucking brain, dude. Like, have a break. Have a fucking
like
Kit
the
Kat.
musical
like,
equivalent of walking down a market in India or something. It's a
walking through
sensory
traffic.
overload.
Did you guys read the lyrics?
No,
I didn't.
No.
A surprising amount of effort went into the lyrics. They're actually fairly like, he's trying to be poetic, and they're not just generic metal lyrics. Like, he really put some fucking effort in.
That's
For no
amazing.
reason. I have no idea what he's saying. whole album.
No.
According to Genius Lyrics, like he actually wrote some shit, and like I don't know why bother.
Yeah. This is one of those things where I think I was
for people who dig it up, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a separate project because it was like in my mind those lyrics have no relation to the album I just listened to.
I think I remember having a conversation with Sean, because I was explaining about how, like, you know, we kind of like heavier stuff with like heavy vocals, and then she's like, how would you tell the difference between like some bands that like have heavy vocals and like different from one another? I was like, that's a good point. Like, you know, some are like for like different cadences and stuff. And then I listened to this, and like I'm just like, I think this is my limit. This is like the wall that like I never thought that I could like get to, because I thought, like, you know, I broke down the wall where like I didn't like Killswitch at first, and now they're one of my favorite bands. And then I didn't like Monomartha, and now like they're one of my favorite bands as well. They're fucking awesome. And then I didn't like I don't know, like Code Orange and stuff, or like hardcore when I listened to it, but now I fucking love it. And I was wondering, like, will I ever reach a point, like, eventually, like, I'll just listen to fucking Static and I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah. And I think this might be my limit. This might just be the point where I'm like, I don't think I can ever enjoy this, even if I tried. So it's kind of interesting.
I did think you might have liked it, Ben. I was listening to it, I was like, I wonder if Ben likes this.
So
I
did like some songs that had more of a melody attached to it, because, like, you know, I feel like the first What?
I said, where were they? Which ones were they?
The middle, some songs in the middle and like some of them towards the end were slightly more melodic than like the first like 3 or 4 songs, or even 5 songs of the album. It was constant like smacking your face against the wall kind of songs, and like that introduction was just unbelievably like holy fuck, like, to my brain. And then the more you get into it, it still had that kind of like that a speed or that urgency, but they tried to put a bit more melody in it, and I kind of enjoyed that. But like, I think what Kyle was saying before, when we were talking before, is that like it keeps coming back to that same kind of like 90% chug that isn't like, it's not just like good chug, it's just chug, and it's straight up is like, oh, it's just tiring and boring and repetitive and hurts your brain.
Yeah, chug needs to be accompanied with something to like complement it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the things I put as my like summary, is like it's like if it's a breakdown for 75% of the album, it doesn't really have the same impact as like if a breakdown is like inserted in like a key part of the song, because like a good breakdown is like 90% build up. Like if you don't build up to it, if it's just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, what the fuck, you know? And that's kind of like this whole album is, oh, what the fuck. So it's like, rather than being like, ooh, when it comes back into a breakdown, it's like, oh, it's this shit again, you know? And it kind of, you know, like most really good hardcore will have a build-up section, and then it will break down into like a disgusting breakdown. But this was just the default sort of thing.
I think the other day we were listening to. Sorry, Greg, go on.
I was just saying, I agree. It's too much of the same. It just means there's no distinction between any of it, so it just blends all into one.
Yeah.
Me and Carl the other day were listening to like as a contrast, there's a song by Employed to Serve called "No One's Perfect," and like it has really, really kind of similar vibes, because it's their first album, so they were a bit more like rougher. And like the female vocalist is proper like throughout the whole thing. But like the difference is like when they go through their like chuggy breakdowns, like the build up is incredible, and then when it finally hits in, it's just like, oh, so good. But like if there's he's hit the head on the nail on the head. Like if there's no like build up and it's just constant delivery on like a flat plane, it's just really boring.
And this album is hitting my head on the nail.
Too much.
I will say though, like, yeah, I initially went into this like thinking it was just all going to be the same because every time I said before I've tried to listen to this on several occasions because it was a recommendation from a guy I respect, and like Turmeric through to Glitcher, the first 5 songs are the worst songs on the album and like the most just needless, noisy, aimless songs. But then Heartless 101 comes in with like a semi-acoustic section and actually has like singing, and then it goes back into that, and it kind of has more of an impact because there's a contrast. And like I actually favorited the songs Bomb Nash and Electric Gag and Neon Barnacle because they switched up a bit. Like Electric Gag is like just the straight up good song. Like it's genuinely a good song because it's a lot slower than all the other songs and more like trudging and more like atmospheric than just 6 or 7 strong straight of and stuff. And it just like in and of itself is a great song, and I wasn't expecting to like anything on this album, so it was a pleasant surprise.
There's a theme here.
Yeah.
There being one good song on the album.
Yeah. Like they have saving graces where like they could be something great if they kind of did that thing more, but then they decide not to and like just do like this fucking noise wall that and here's another thing as well, like as like a little aside, like I like noise walls as well, like when it comes to things like shoegaze and stuff like that, for the most part that is sometimes just a wall of noise that like almost sounds like static, but this is kind of just like Kyle was saying, abrasive for the sake of being abrasive rather than like intending to make something arty. It's kind of literally just like I'm being noisy for the sake of being noisy, and it's just like, but why though?
Ben, didn't you say that you quite like Daughters? Band Daughters.
I like There's a song by Daughters. I haven't listened to a lot of their soft stuff, but there's one song that I particularly really like, which is off their one of their biggest albums. I can't remember what it.
You Won't Get What You Want.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because I listened to the entirety of You Won't Get What You Want because it got a 10 out of 10 on the Needle Drop, and that album is very much like this one in that it's deliberately a huge downer and super hard to listen to and stuff.
Yeah. I think the reason why I like the title track of the album is just because like it's
I don't think it has a title track. The most like well-known song off that album is The Reason They Hate Me, which is
The Reason They Hate Me.
Good song. Yeah.
Because it has that is a good song because it has it's almost dancey in a way because it's just like but it has the similar kind of vibe where it's like being loud for the sake of being loud, but that's a little bit more listenable than literally just like most of the stuff on this album. It's just
I feel like maybe crazy. This type of music is like the equivalent of do you remember that like modern art piece where it was in a museum and it was literally just the toilet with like some shit in it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what there's, and the reviewers will give it a 10 out of 10 and they're like, oh yeah, it's so deep, you understand the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
But like you can either look at it as being a really symbolic and like meaningful piece of art, or you can just be like, it's a toilet with some shit in it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is very
mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is a very abrasive thing. They did exactly what they set out to do. They made something that's very hard to listen to and sounds like a mental breakdown.
Right.
But
How do you know?
Is it nice to listen to? Like,
how do you know they set out to make something abrasive? They might have set out to write something really calming and fucked up somewhere along the line.
They just accidentally made this.
Yeah. Like, oh shit!
This is what they go to sleep to.
We were meant to write a lullaby album.
You are failing. What have you done?
Yeah.
What I did find out about these guys though, quickly before we move on, is it's actually only 2 people. Yeah, it's the instrumentalist is a guy from Edinburgh, so no wonder he's depressed as fuck.
I did see they were Irish, yeah, I thought that explained that.
Yeah, he did all the instruments, which is quite impressive in a way. It's like, how did he think? Yeah, let's put this here. Like, how did he compose this? It makes me
Right.
wonder.
Made by
Yeah.
a single man. Well, two men, but
And then yeah, the vocals were all this other guy from the States, from Missouri, so they collaborated with it online. The instrumentalist's main band is a band called Sectioned, who are a more typical hardcore band, which I am going to give a listen. But yeah, this
Yeah,
is a side project that ended up being more popular than his main project. So interesting.
fair enough.
Just like Austrian Death Machine. Chop whip!
Yeah. Jump web.
Even though that's probably not more popular than his other project, but still.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if As I Lay Dying are that popular anymore. I don't really
Who
remember.
knows?
There's Greg mentioned about the toilet earlier, but it also reminds me of that song that I posted on Facebook called "I Staple Tapeworms to My Penis." And then one of my mates just commented saying, "I actually really like this song," and I'm like, "Do you? Do you?" And I bet you anything he likes this. I bet you anything. Like, and I don't get it.
Show it to him. Do you remember who it was?
It was oh fuck, I know who it is. I can't remember his name right now, but it was one of Little Dave's mates.
You should send this album to him and ask what he thinks of it.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah.
He's like, do you like this? And he'll be like, yeah, it's my
Right.
favorite band. I'll be like, well,
I met a couple of guys who genuinely told me that Dying Fetus and Anal Cunt were their favourite bands, and I didn't even know how to deal with it.
how to process that information.
Something I was going to say was I was reading the YouTube comments for the song Heartless 101, and one of the comments was Mathcore goes mainstream. I was like, what the fuck is this guy listening to that this is mainstream? This guy literally just sit in his dark room listening to Static and the dying howls of virgins or something. Like, that's what
Especially
his
as in
idea
this
of...
same episode we did Justin Bieber. Like,
Fuck me, dude. If this is sounds even remotely mainstream to you, I do not want to know what you're listening to. I mean,
If one thing this episode has taught us is that it's all subjective.
absolutely.
yep, they're fans for anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so true.
It's like when I was dating this girl. Oh fuck! I don't give a shit if it's online. I was dating Lucy. She listened to, like, the main music she listened to was like a genre called extreme noise wall, which was literally static and machine noises and stuff. And it was
Oh my god.
it was like barely music, but she listened to it unironically all the time.
This, I mean,
You're showing off in a weird way at that point.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
you're like, oh, look at
Yeah.
me. Look what weird shit I listen to. I can take this punishment for no reason. Oh, I'm so weird and different.
like robot sex.
I don't believe them. Literally, I don't believe people who say they like that shit. I feel like they're
hard to believe, isn't it?
I don't
He's
know.
doing
Maybe
it just because. Yeah, it's like a lot of because I actually genuinely really like Dillinger Escape Plan now, who have a lot of parallels to this band, but Dillinger Escape Plan have a lot more listenable elements. Like they'll have segments of songs which are as relentlessly heavy as these songs, but for the most part they're a lot more listenable. And the average, like, if you talk to anybody online whose favorite band are Dillinger Escape Plan, they are all insufferable cunts, because they're all those kind of people like, yeah, I listen to this stuff that's too heavy for you guys, so I'm just that much cooler than you. It's just like, no, like, it's not cool that you sit and listen to shit that's hard to listen to. Like, it doesn't make you any different to anyone else. It just makes you kind of weird. Like,
it just makes you hard to listen to.
yeah.
Oh, Ben's dead. Well, do we have final thoughts? Final thoughts.
Else to say? I wrote down one other thing I wrote down is that I think if I ever saw these guys live, I would literally just be standing at the back laughing my ass off. I
So
couldn't
you
take
wouldn't
them
be
seriously.
inspired.
I don't think I could take them seriously live.
What if
You
it is
mosh
just
to
one
this.
guy playing all the instruments though?
Apparently, they do have a touring band now. They do have touring.
Oh well, that's
members.
cheating.
He's like one of those like one man bands where they've just got like a bass drum on their strapped to their back and like fucking like he puts his left foot down and it's a hi hat or something. It's just there like.
I was gonna say, but like typically those kind of people who play those are like super slow. They're like bomb 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 bomb. With a band like this, he literally has to be like.
I'm reminded there's Brian Johnson actually has a YouTube channel. He made it about a week ago, and his first big episode is about Dave Grohl. And apparently, Foo Fighters' first album, only Dave Grohl did everything on it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a point for that. I just wanted to mention it, but the fact that like I don't really know where I'm going with that, to be honest.
It is impressive. Like.
Yeah.
Say what we will about this album. Like it's very very hard to listen to, but nonetheless, it's unlike anything I've listened to before, and it was written by one guy. Like, and it's for what it is. It's actually very well produced. There's all sorts of crazy noises I've never fucking heard before. Like it sounds like power drills and fucking like electronics and shit. It's very unique, at the very least.
A lot of effort certainly went into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Full stop. Well, are you going to rate it though, Kyle?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
no, actually, you picked it. Shut up. Greg, what about
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Shut up. Silence right now.
Okay.
There was a fleeting moment where I saw some merit in this album, and I briefly enjoyed it before I changed all that and started kind of hating it. But I did add a couple of the songs to my like metally playlist, so I can't give it a absolutely terrible score. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10, and never listen to it again.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Next
Kind of
week.
failure.
Go on, Zach, you're talking now.
Yeah, I'm talking. Me go. So this album really in fact, Kyle said it earlier that this album is like 90% blast beat, not blast beats, just noise, and then like 10% melody. And this album really just drive home what I enjoy in my heavy music, and that's melody. Whereas from a Monomath or Bodum or what have you, and this is just noise, and I hate it. Boo earns 2 out of 10. Also, I realized I didn't actually rate Gmo Skee, also a 2 out of 10. I just realized that. So yeah, 2 out of 10s all around. Ben.
This album was hard to listen to, super hard to listen to at first. The first like five-ish songs going in, it was a hard time all round. And then sort of like the latter half of the album started to get better and better. That's not necessarily like as in good. It just means it got better than being fucking awful. But like Kyle mentioned, like because like you know I do like really heavy stuff. Like he mentioned Dillinger Escape Plan. I'd probably argue that like some like again like Employed to Serve's first album is almost as abrasive in some parts as this album, but like with a lot more melody. I think that's what carries it and helps it and makes it better. I might have to suggest that album at some point and see what you guys think. But yeah, needless to say, like I think it was the second to last song. I can't remember what it was called. It begins with a D, but I saved
Dark
that
Side
one.
Moonstroll.
I really did like that one. And like the was it Heartless 101 as well, the one that you mentioned with the YouTube video.
Yeah.
That was quite good. So all in all, I think it would be unfair to give it a 2. because I only really liked one song from the previous album and gave that a 2. So I think this is probably more like it's a 3, but it's a 3.5 because the 0.5 I think is for just the amount of effort that went in from 2 people to make this kind of art is kind of crazy. So that made me appreciate it a lot more. Still, I'm probably never going to listen to the whole thing ever again, apart from that one song that I liked. So,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's why it's so low. But yeah, still,
Nice.
Yeah,
Kyle.
I think a lot of the fact, like it's the fact that it's such a long album for what it is, and the fact that it just never lets up the whole way through. Like it's another one where, as a complete piece, as a whole album, it's much harder to digest than as individual songs. Like I think you could listen to any of these individual songs and be like, okay, this is really fucking heavy, but it doesn't really start to like actually melt your brain until like 2 or 3 songs in. So I feel like, yeah, as a whole, it's real hard to listen to, especially the first 5 tracks. But I did favourite Heartless 101, Bomb Nasher, Electric Gag, and Neon Barnacle. They all had like listenable elements to me. I do like really extreme music though, so for me, like I expected to give it worse. But then when I got through to that latter half of the album, yeah, I actually think that Electric Gag fucking slaps, and parts of Bomb Nasher are fucking sick. So I think I have to give it like a 4 out of 10. It's better than I thought it would be, but it's still like, yeah, the very end. Like I think this is the wall for me as well. Like I really struggle to justify that anything noisier and heavier and lacking of melody is even music at that point, to be honest. But this is like the fringes of what I'm willing to listen to, sort of thing. So yeah, 4 out of 10.
I think that's a successful album episode, I guess. If the highest rating that we give in the episode is a 4,
Is a
that's
4,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So on this podcast, we want you to get involved. So the next batch of albums and singles that we are about to recommend, we want you to listen to them and send your reviews to chubtheband@gmail.com, or use the hashtag CHUBview on our socials, links in the description, or just write in the comment section if you're listening on YouTube. That's about it, really. So it's me and Ben for albums, and Kyle and Greg for singles. Ben.
Yes.
Go on then.
So this album that I'm choosing, I won't say too much. We'll save it for next episode. But I'm 90% sure. I mean, so some of you are fringe cases where you listen to something and I'm like, I really don't know. I'm 90% sure that none of you are going to enjoy this and might even turn it off halfway, which I'm quite excited to hear. This is actually a band that literally, like, spoiler alert, but Kyle listened to the first song off the album when I played it the other day. I think it was like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and he turned it off because he couldn't listen to it. So,
Oh God.
which
Ben?
was like when I realized we were doing this like topic it was just chef's kiss. So the album is called Street Horsing. That's street and then horsing, HORRRSING.
Triple R, okay.
SING.
Horsing.
And the band's name is called Fuck Buttons.
Well, this episode's getting flagged.
Oh, yeah. Fuck buttons.
Okay.
Oh, it's only 6 songs long though.
Oh, thank God for that.
But they're
but they're they're all a bit of a
Oh
roller coaster.
yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
I'm feeling this.
Dude, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Oh God.
Oh boy, is it going to be a doozy? So that's my album choice. What's
remember
the album
this.
choice, Zach?
Well, my album choice was really hard to get to. I thought maybe I'll go Giga Mega Cheese Glam. and my choice was going to be a band called Danger Danger, but I was listening to it and I was like, man, I can't do this to Danger Danger. I fucking love this album. Fuck that. So then I went like to the opposite spectrum, and I was going to do Black Veil Brides, but I don't think they're as they completely changed their look after their first album. They're just heavy metal now. So unless I did the first album, but I don't like the first album because it's just emo. The rest of the albums are just heavy metal. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do Black Veil Brides. Fuck it. But then I found a band. I've name dropped them 3 times this episode for some foreshadowing, but I'm going to get everyone to listen to Busted and their first album, self-titled Busted. We're going to the year 3000, friends.
Oh, you referenced it earlier. I should have picked up on that.
Dude, my sister, I'm probably going to recognize a lot of this because my sister was obsessed back in the day.
Yeah, it's funny. Claire actually unironically listens to them to this day, like on a daily basis, which is why I thought of them. I say,
I didn't think I'd
really outed Claire.
Yep. Oh, she don't care. So yeah,
I'm probably gonna enjoy this, to be honest. I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, Busted!"
I mean,
my new favorite band.
From what I gather, I mean, I'll save the most of it for next episode, but they're just like light pop punk, essentially.
Yeah.
But they are super giga cheesy and cringe, so it should be good. We'll see.
Nice.
So yeah,
What a dream! What a world!
Can't wait.
Singles, Kyle and Greg. Greg.
Okay, well, have I got something special for you guys?
Oh, boy.
I need to thank my mates Will and Ross for this recommendation, as they've deep dived into the world of outsider music, which is a sort of, I guess, a genre.
McDonald.
Exactly. This is the king of outsider music, your boy Bingo Gazingo, and his song "What a Life Some Shit."
What a
life, some shit.
Oh
And
my god!
you're gonna what a life, what a life some shit. You're gonna enjoy
What a
this.
life, some shit indeed.
Bingo Gazingo.
Oh,
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah. It's shit with a asterisk instead of the I. If you can't find it,
Oh, shoot. Okay.
all life
What
some
did
shit.
I? Some shit. Well, boys, for my single, it didn't take much for. It's a classic. It's one we're all extremely familiar with. It haunted us for about a year, and we'll never forget it. It's got a lot of dings. It's got a little penis that was on TV, and everybody was like, "How is this allowed?" It's your boy, Crazy Frog.
My God.
You'd forgotten about it. You'd erased it from your memory, but I can't forget. It still haunts my nightmare.
if I still remember, you will too. What's the song actually called, or is it just Crazy
Ben's
Frog?
left. He's like,
Ben's
fuck.
Crazy Frog. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, it's gonna be stuck in my head for years.
God.
I need
What
to
is
do
Axel
this
F?
again.
Crazy Frog.
65 million views. Look at that.
What's
The
the
one I'm
song?
looking at
believe
is
you've done
2.7 billion.
Is it just Crazy Frog, Crazy
I'm-
Frog? Or it doesn't
Crazy
matter?
Frog, Axel F.
Dude, he's
Well,
got
by
multiple. He's
Axel
got so many albums.
Crazy Frog has 10 million subscribers on YouTube.
He's got like 4 albums.
Oh
Hang
my
on.
I thought it was just one.
He's got a song from a year ago of 101 million views. All of his videos have like... How have we not heard of this?
Wait.
Are these being
on-
played in like the Philippines or something? Like, are they...
What?
Yeah. What's his like latest video?
Everyone, 1 year ago, 101 million views.
That's a. it just goes to show it's times like this that make me realize just how big the world is and just how many humans are on this planet.
Yeah.
Unless the only people that listen to that song are apes.
There's still places in the world where Crazy Frog is still relevant. That's absolutely bonkers.
That's like the freshest meme in Uzbekistan right now.
I can't believe it. Wow.
That's amazing.
Looks like we've got some research to do.
Got some deep dives to do.
Dare I say it might be even better than this one.
You guys, I wasn't gonna go down without fighting, man.
Yeah.
Coming out swinging.
Oh god.
The big guns.
Yeah, those are the big guns. That might be the worst out of all of them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well played. You know, I thought you were going to do Crazy Bus, and you were going to make us sit through 10 minutes of Crazy Bus.
No, I thought about it, but then I was like, nah.
Right.
It's another crazy thing.
Yep. It's not a crazy bus, it's a crazy frog. Okay, well, those are... Do we have anything else to say, or should I wrap up?
I think
That just about does it.
God. Okay, well, those are the albums
There's
being...
only so much my heart can tell.
Street Horsing by Fuck Buttons, Busted, self-titled, and the singles are What a Life Some Shit by Bingo Gazingo and Crazy Frog by Alex F? Alex F?
Left the other way around. Axel F by Crazy Frog, right?
yeah, it's Axel F by Crazy Frog.
Oh, right, Crazy Frog's the artist. Of course.
Oh, what an
How should I-
artist he is!
Axel F's in the chat. Fucking hell.
You know.
Well, there they are. Again, send your reviews to chubtheband@gmail.com or use the hashtag CHUBview on our socials. Links to those in the description. Or just write in the comment section. Just write in the comment section and we will read out your reviews in the next episode.
Get involved, god damn it.
Get involved. I'm looking at you, Tim. I want to see your in-depth review on Crazy Frog.
Andrew, where is it?
Do that to yourself again,
Amanda.
Andrew Bruhanch.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mum, better comment this time.
God damn. Well,
God.
if this... Are we still doing this outro? Should I do it?
Yeah.
Of
course
All
we
right,
did.
sorry. All right. If this podcast gave you a chub...
Like and subscribe.
I play Pokemon Go every day.